Hi guys and welcome to MotorBeam. This is the third generation of the Wagon R and this particular model has been tailor-made for the Indian market itself. Yes, the Wagon R is a popular model in the Japanese markets as well. However, this car uses the 5th generation of the Heartect platform, and because it is so popular in India, Maruti Suzuki has given it a considerable update. Let's see what's new. The Wagon R has always been a boxy car, but this latest generation model breaks from that mold because there's some curves up ahead as well as at the rear where it gets a vertical tail light. However, the front and rear really don't match and the overall design is more evolutionary than revolutionary. Yes, there are certain kinks like over here on the side of the headlights, and on the grille you get the chrome treatment as well. However, that boxy look is still there from the side because obviously this is a very tall car and the width isn't much, although Maruti Suzuki has increased the width of this vehicle by a massive 125 mm. To reduce the visual bulk from the side, Maruti Suzuki has given the C-pillar the black treatment, which results in a floating roof appearance. But the wheels are still small on this vehicle. That said, it does look fresh now. Where the Wagon R puts to shame its elder siblings is the boot space. 341 liters over here. Yes, the loading lip is a bit on the higher side, but you can split fold the rear seats in 60/40 format to increase the boot carrying capacity to a massive 710 liters. At the rear, the Wagon R has boasted of a lot of space, and this new model offers even more thanks to the increase in wheelbase by 35 mm. There's good amount of knee room on offer, legroom is also good, but under-thigh support is a bit lacking. But where the Wagon R is unbeatable is in headroom. There is just so much of it, even for a person of my height that is 6 feet 2 inches tall. And due to the car now being wider, 3 people can sit in the rear seat without being uncomfortable. The dashboard design of the new Wagon R also sees an evolutionary change. It does look appealing. Symmetry is not the theme over here because quirkiness is what takes highlight, especially in the center console, which isn't really aligned with the rest of the dashboard. The steering wheel comes from the Ignis and it gets audio controls. Meanwhile, the instrument cluster is a nice looking unit. It gets a tachometer as well, which is small but yet cute enough for a car like the Wagon R, but that's only available with the 1.2 liter variants. Quality levels are certainly better than before with better fit and finish, but still there are a lot of hard plastics in this vehicle as expected at this price point. It also gets a new 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system known as the SmartPlay Studio, which gets Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity. It doesn't get a reverse parking camera, but it does get reverse parking sensors, and when you get into reverse, it actually shows you the Swift's rear. This infotainment system also offers cloud-based services using your mobile phone, and you can also use the app as a remote for this infotainment system. The air conditioning works well on this car. There's a USB as well as an aux port over here below, along with a 12-volt charging socket. There's a small cubby hole here as well. There's a cubby hole here next to the gear lever too, and the glove box is deep although not very wide. The front doors get large pockets, meanwhile the rear doors pockets are slightly smaller, but yes, you can easily carry a 1 liter bottle. What I really like about the instrument cluster of the Wagon R is that it gets an orange backlight, and instead of the small tachometer, there's a lot of information from the multi-information display on offer, which not only tells you the reading from the odometer but also from the twin trip meters. There's also an average fuel efficiency meter, real-time mileage, distance to empty. There's a clock as well as a fuel meter over here. None of the seats in the Wagon R get adjustable headrests. The headrests are fixed. The seats are average. They're not that great because they're not very high in terms of cushioning. And yes, under thigh support is also lacking for the front seats. However, at the rear, when you open the door, it almost opens 90 degrees, so getting in and out of this vehicle is an easy task. The Wagon R is available in 12 variants, 6 for the 1 litre engine and 6 for the 1.2 litre engine. Now, this particular car is equipped with the 1.2 litre engine. This motor is the K series engine and offers a lot of punch. The 1 litre engine is only available in LXI and VXI trims, meanwhile the 1.2 litre engine is available in VXI and ZXI trims. The 1 litre engine of the Wagon R has been carried over from before. It produces 67 horsepower and 90 Newton meters of torque. It offers adequate performance and it's offered with both a 5-speed manual as well as a 5-speed AMT gearbox. The one we are driving right now happens to be the 1.2 litre engine, which is the K12, and it has been lifted from the Swift, or rather the Ignis. Produces good amount of power, which happens to be 83, as well as 130 Newton meters of torque. Now, the Wagon R is a light car. It absolutely flies with this engine. There's a lot of punch lower down. There's an initial lag, but once you get past the lag, the motor just pulls, and it pulls so strongly. The mid-range is what really shines over here, and it screams in the top end. It becomes very vocal past 5000 RPM, redlining at just 6000 RPM. This car really doesn't need such a big and powerful engine, but for those who want to take this vehicle on the highway, this motor truly shines. This gearbox, although slick shifting, there's a slight effort which is needed to get through the gears, and the clutch is on the lighter side. In terms of efficiency, the Wagon R shines. This one will return a mileage of almost 16 kilometers per litre, which is quite impressive as well. Underpinned by the 5th generation Heartect platform, the Wagon R sits wider, and definitely that helps its cause because the new chassis is on the stiffer side. It does have more confidence around the corners, although the steering offers absolutely no feel or feedback as such. It doesn't weigh up at high speeds, it doesn't weigh up at any speed whatsoever, but it is light, which helps its cause when you're taking U-turns, or especially when you're parking or driving it in the city. The Wagon R suspension continues to be on the softer side. In fact, it is extremely soft, but the new underpinnings give it better ride quality, and it doesn't really wobble so much as earlier. It does have a lot of confidence at higher speeds compared to earlier, especially in the straight line. But around the corners, there's a lot of body roll expectedly due to the height of this vehicle. Although when you get hard on the brakes, the undertired nature of this vehicle gets highlighted, and that undertired nature also gets highlighted when you get hard onto the gas because there's a lot of wheel spin on offer. Yes, insulation levels could have been better, and overall build is very light of this vehicle, which means that you can hear a lot of the road noise as well as wind noise at higher speeds, and definitely the tire noise as well. That said, the NVH levels are drastically better than before. Maruti Suzuki is offering a slew of accessories for the Wagon R, or you can just opt for one of the 3 packages. There's something for almost everyone out there, which increases the appeal of the Wagon R, including seat covers as well as mats, and of course the chrome treatment on the grille, body side molding, rear spoiler, bumper protectors, and even treatment to the center console as well as on the doors, which kind of looks funky if you like those kind of things. You can also opt for alloy wheels. One wheel costs rupees 4,900, and it is the same size. Plus, being from Maruti Suzuki itself, you don't have to worry about any sort of warranty. Thanks to the new stiffer platform on which the Wagon R rides, it's safer than before, and all variants come with ABS as well as a driver side airbag. Meanwhile, a passenger airbag is available on higher trims, and it also gets the speed buzzer at 80 km per hour and then continuously after 120 km per hour, front seatbelt reminders and reverse parking sensors as well, which is again standard across the range. The Maruti Wagon R is a very practical car, and this new model is better in almost every possible way. Yes, it isn't a driver's car, it never was and it never will be, but the 1.2 litre engine might make you think otherwise because there's a lot of performance on offer from that engine. However, we expect 80% sales to come from the 1 litre engine, which has adequate performance on offer, and the automatic brings in a lot of convenience as well. So in terms of space, performance, convenience and practicality, there's still no beating the Maruti Wagon R, not to forget Maruti's massive service network and great resale value as well. If you are looking to purchase a Maruti Wagon R with a car loan, Bank Bazaar can help you apply for one real easy. Just download the Bank Bazaar app to access lowest rates from more than 40 banks to instantly finance your car.